Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. So last year, at the end of the 2024, I did my top 100 favorite cards in my collection, and I had mixed in, baseball and non-sports. Those are the two categories that I collect. This year, I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm only going to show you my top 25, and I'm going to do separate videos for my non-sports and my baseball. So for this video, I'm showing you my top 25 favorite non-sports cards. I do have some runners up, some that just didn't make the cut. Again, this is my top 25 favorite cards, and these aren't based off of value. So, and I think that's going to be apparent here in the runners up because one of them is a pretty expensive card and it's not included in the top 25. So anyway, as runners up, I'll just randomly pick here. I've got this 1889 Kenny Brothers Leaders in 222 of George Washington. And I've got the classic 1985 Topps Garbage Pail Kids of Atom Bomb. And I've got the 2010 Top Star Wars Galaxy, Leia and Han. I've also got, this is a new pickup of mine. This is a 2023 Star Wars Galaxy, a dyad in the Force, which is an orange refractor out of 25. And this is a awesome looking card. And then I've also got the 1911 Royal Bengals Heroes of History T68 of Abraham Lincoln. This is the card I'm talking about. It's a pricier card, and it's not included in my top 25 because it's not, as of the recording of this video, in my top 25 favorite cards. So let's go ahead and kick off the countdown. My top 25. This is a new acquisition of mine from 2025. Wasn't on the countdown last year. This is the oldest card in my collection, dating from 1865. This card is a trading card of Old Abe. And on the back, it talks about, it's following the Civil War, and it talks about benefiting the Great Samaritan Fair. So, and if you want to know the history about Old Abe, I suggest you take a look at that and read it. It's a great history of Old Abe. So let's go ahead and move on to the next card. The next card is going to represent my favorite non-sports set. So I just picked a random card from the set, and it's this card here. This card is from the 1941 Gum Uncle Sam set. I'm one of a few collectors who have amassed the entire Uncle Sam and Home Defense set. I think there's like around 11 or 12 collectors that have completed the whole 144 set, so I'm one of them. Anyway, this is card number 11, Parachute Troops, and I selected this card not only because it's a beautiful card, but also because airborne and parachuting was a new concept during World War II. So here's the back, and it talks about their training as parachute troops. Okay, the next card is a new card, a modern card, but I have grown to absolutely love Star Wars Galaxy, and this is my favorite card in all of Star Wars Galaxy. And I chose this card. I could have had a different, refractor base. I could have had a Mojo refractor or something like that, but I wanted the original refractor in this card so that I could see the background, see the details clearly because of how much I love this card. And coming from a military recruiting background, I love old military recruiting posters, and so this one fits that really nicely. So that is card number 23. All three of these cards were not in my top 25 last year. They weren't even in my top 100 last year. So the next card, card number 22, was at card number 13 last year. So it's come down on this list. It's my 1977 Star Wars Lord Darth Vader. This is my favorite card in the original 1977 top set, and I absolutely love this thing. It's a work of art in my opinion. But yeah, moving down to card number 22. Card number 21 stays the same. It was card number 21 last year, and it is still card 21 this year. And that is this 1911 Liebig of the Wright brothers. And I love the details in this card. I love that biplane, and I love the old car. Really cool image. So here's the back of that one. All right, next card is a new one to this list. I just got it graded this year. I've had it for a while, but got it graded. This is my 1902 Cohen and Weenan. This is from the Nation set. It's a rare set. It's a 20 card set, and it is an awesome patriotic image. So I love patriotic images on cards. You're going to see quite a bit of them here in this countdown. But this is the 1902. There's another variation of this card that actually came out later, I believe in 1922. This is the older of the two, and it is a beautiful gold bordered card, patriotic card. So, all right, next card is card number 19. This was card number 9 last year, and it's my 1911 Royal Bengals Heroes of History T68 of George Washington. Love this card, though. I love that sunset in the background. I love the image below the bust of George Washington where he's on the boat. Just love that. So here's the back. Got a nice little tobacco stain up at the top. The next card was not on my countdown last year. This is card number 18. This is a new card. This is an 1890s Bunker Hill harness oil trade card. They titled this The Spirit of 76. That's the original painting. And I love this because it's from the Brooks Oil Company, and Brooks is my last name. So really beautiful image, another patriotic image. Here's the back of the card. Next card is one that I did not have on the list last year. This is a 1911 T70 of George Washington at Valley Forge. You know, just showing off his leadership to his troops, bearing the cold weathers of Valley Forge with them. So beautiful image, captures his leadership and captures the hardships that they endured. The next card, I got this card from Max Jackson, and this is card number 16 in the countdown. It's titled 1890, although Max believes it came out later than that. This is the Sucred trade card. Sucred is a chocolate company. This card is of George Washington. I love the image on this card. This is a beautiful image showing the White House, showing George Washington. I love the American banner down there at the bottom. I love the stars above the image of George Washington. I love the details of the White House and the trees surrounding it. And on the back, the reason why it got the grade that it did is because the back has paper loss, but that is a mountain range, and above it is a lightning bolt that spells out Zucker. So I love the backs of these chocolate cards. They're really ornate and neat. So all right, the next card is also another new card to this countdown. This is card number 15. This is an 1890s Runkle Brothers trade card. Runkle Brothers is a chocolate company, just like Zucker, and this is depicting Lady Liberty and Uncle Sam. So awesome patriotic image. You've got a bald eagle there. You've got Columbia or Lady Liberty and Uncle Sam drinking hot cocoa. So pretty cool. Here's the back of the card. Not very detailed on the back, but the front is what I love. So next card was on the countdown last year at card number 6. It is now card number 14, and that is the 1937 editorial Brigera. This set is of the film stars, and this is Josephine Baker. Now, if you don't know the story of Josephine Baker, I highly recommend that you look it up. Just some cliff notes on Josephine Baker. She was born in the Deep South during segregation. She's a African American female who went into acting and decided to move abroad where there wasn't bigotry. She developed a very well-known and famous acting career, and she refused to entertain in America because of the bigotry going on. She then later during World War II, as an actress, started spying for the French um, military, the French army, before they were occupied by Germany. And so she was a spy for the French. And then once France became occupied, she then moved back to the U.S., where she started um, uh, where she started taking in refugees and things like that from France. So that she later on adopted a bunch of kids, and then she was asked to take up the mantle for civil rights when Martin Luther King was assassinated. She declined it because she didn't want to have her kids lose their mother. So, anyway, that's Josephine Baker. I guess I gave you the whole story anyway, didn't I? All right, so the next card was not on the countdown. This is a new card to my collection. This is my 1934 National Schickel Skybirds of Amelia Earhart. Such a beautiful card. In baseball, I have the entire Diamond Stars set that was produced by National Schickel. I love their artistry, and I love that Art Deco artwork. So it was only natural that I found this Amelia Earhart card. So here's the back. Next card, card number 12 was card number 11, so it's only gone down one, and that is my 1931 Wills Cinema Stars of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. So awesome image there. I love having Mickey animated on the card. That's just so cool. Here's the back. Next card, the only card of Titanic before it sank. This was card number 8 on my countdown last year. It's now card number 11. This is my 1909 to 1911 Cadbury Chocolates card depicting the Olympic and the Titanic, which were twin ships. And of course, the Titanic sank in 1912. So, love this card. All right, moving on to my top 10 cards. Again, my favorite cards, top 10 favorite non sports cards in my collection. So, I am a huge fan of historical figures. And this next card is depicting a historical figure that I absolutely admire. That is Leonardo da Vinci. This is his 1908 Stalwart card, and it also depicts the Last Supper painting, which I love. So this is the perfect card for me in regards to two things one thing I really love and one person I really admire. So I love the Last Supper, and I admire Leonardo da Vinci. So this was not in my countdown last year, so it's new to my collection as far as being in the countdown. This next card was in my countdown last year. It went from card number 4 to card number 9. This is my 1880s Wimmert card of George Washington. As I said last year, this card is like a work of art to me, and it's definitely definitely a card I could, if it were a picture or a painting, I would hang it on my wall. It's beautiful. Um, so here's the back. The next card was card number 7 last year. This is now card number 8. This is my 1940 Castell Brothers Wizard of Oz header card. This is a fairly rare card. You can pick up the main cards, pretty abundantly, but this header card is a little bit more difficult to get, and it's the most expensive one to get. So, but I love the image of the Wizard of Oz and the red background, that circle. All the main characters. I wish it had the Wicked Witch. That would be awesome. The next card is new. Again, this is another card I have Max Jackson to thank for. He informed me of this card being auctioned off, and I was the lucky winner of this. I sent it into SGC and got it graded. This is card number 7, the 1930s Flag Gum R52 of the United States. This, of course, is depicting Uncle Sam in front of the American flag. Just such an awesome patriotic image. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, like I said, I won this at auction and was able to send it in for grading, and it came back a 4, so I was happy about that. Next card, one very dear to me. This one was number 3 last year. However, it's come down to card number 6 in my countdown. This is the 1909 Wolf and Company trade card of the Declaration of Independence. And such a cool card. It's got Ben Franklin on there, one of my favorite characters, and really, really neat. I love the details in this card. On the back of the card, another thing I love about it, it gives a great description of what's going on at the time. So, love that image, love that card. All right, the next card is I've had for a while. This one was number 2 on my list last year. It is now number 5. My 1887 Allen and Ginter N9 from the Flags of All Nations set. This is of the United States. Just a beautiful front image. The back is got some paper loss, but the front is just near mint. Beautiful. Love that American flag and the eagle and that gold foil, the stars. Just a beautiful patriotic image. Next card, falling from number 2 to number I'm sorry, falling from number 5 to number 4, I guess it's moving up one then, is my 1888 Duke N76 of George Washington. So it's funny how these cards fluctuate from year to year, but George Washington. So I have three characters in history that I really love collecting: George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Leonardo da Vinci. So I've got a number of George Washington cards, as you've seen. You're going to see, you've already seen one of my Leonardo da Vinci cards, but I've got another one to share. So anyway, this card is number 4. Number 3 wasn't in my collection last year, and this is my 1897 Stalwart of Benjamin Franklin. Love the gold foil on this card. This one really shines, it really pops. Love the image that you see in this card. Just an awesome image. And here's the back of that one. And then card number 2 wasn't in my countdown last year, and that is my one of my 2025 acquisitions. This is the 1899 Stalwart Leonardo da Vinci rookie card. A great copy of this card. I've always wanted this card and was finally able to snag one this year in 2025, so I'm very happy about that. And then card number 1 was also card number 1 last year. That is my 1888 N33 Allen and Ginter. Although this card wasn't the same card as I shared last year, the card I shared last year was graded by SGC, and it was an SGC, I want to say authentic or 1 or something like that. It wasn't in great shape. This one is a PSA 5, so I was able to upgrade the card. But there is something special about this card to me. It kind of represents the entire hobby because of the original tobacco companies that kick-started the hobby for us all the way back in the 1880s. Allen and Ginter being one of them, and then the first baseball cards ever produced were produced by Allen and Ginter. So this kind of represents not only non-sports, but it represents baseball as well to me, and just the history of it. And then later on, Allen and Ginter used this same image as their brand image, and they would put this image of the old planter on advertisements. They would put it on tobacco tins. And then nowadays, this same image is used on the backs of modern day Allen and Ginter cards. So it just kind of ties full circle, and that's why it's my number 1. It was my number 1 last year, and then I upgraded it, and now it's my number 1 this year. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for sticking out this, top 25 favorite cards in my collection. I appreciate you spending all this time with me, and I'll be putting out a top 25 baseball here shortly, so to close out the year. So thank you so much, and until next time, keep hunting the good stuff.